In old Babylon, there once lived a certain very rich man named Akkad. Far and wide, he was famed for his great wealth. Also was his fame for his liberality. He was generous in his charity. He was generous with his family. He was liberal in his own expenses. But nevertheless, each year his wealth increased more rapidly than he spent it. And there were certain friends of younger days who came to him and said, "You, Akkad, are more fortunate than we. You have become the richest man in all Babylon while we struggle for existence. You can wear the finest garment, and you can enjoy the rarest food, while we must be content if we can clothe our family in raiment that is presentable and feed them as best as we can. Yet, once we were equal. We studied under the same master. We played in the same games, and in neither the study nor the games did you outshine us. And in the years since, you have been no more an honorable citizen than we, nor have you worked harder or more faithfully, in so far as we can judge. Why then should a fickle fate single you out to enjoy all the good things of life, and ignore us who are equally deserving?" Thereupon Akkad remonstrated with them, saying, "If you have not acquired more than a bare existence in the years since we were youth, it is because you either have failed to learn the law that governs the building of wealth, or else you do not observe them. Fickle fate is a vicious goddess who brings no permanent good to anyone. On the contrary, she brings ruin to almost every man upon whom she showered a near good. She makes wanton spender who soon despite all they receive, and are left beset by overwhelming appetite and desires they have not the ability to gratify. Yet others whom she favors become misers, hoard their wealth, fearing to spend what they have, knowing they do not possess the ability to replace it. They further are beset by fear of robbers and doom themselves to life of emptiness and secret misery. Others there probably are who can take a near good and add to it and continue to be happy and contented with it. But so few are they, I know of them, but by hearsay. Think ye of the men who have inherited certain wealth, and see if these things are not so." His friend admitted that of the men they knew, who had inherited wealth, these words were true, and they besought him to explain to them how he had become possessed of so much prosperity. So he continued, "In my youth I looked about me and saw all the good things there were to bring happiness and contentment, and I realized that wealth increased the potency of all this. Wealth is a power. With wealth many things are possible. One may ornament the home with the riches of furnishing, one may sail in the distant seas, one may feast on the delicious of far lands, one may buy ornament of the gold workers and the stone polishers, one may even build mighty temple for the gods. One may do all these things and many others, in which there is delight for the sense and gratification for the soul. And when I realized all this, I decided to myself that I would claim my shares of the good things of life. I would not be content. I would not be one of those who stand afar off, eventually watching others enjoy it. I would not be content to clothe myself in the cheapest raiment that looked respectable. I would not be satisfied with the lot of a poor man. On the contrary, I would make myself a guest at this bank of good things. Being, as you know, the son of a humble merchant, one of a large family, with no hope of an inheritance, and not being endowed, as you have so frankly said, with a superior power or a wisdom, I decided that if I was to achieve what I desired, time and study would be required. As for time, all men we have in abundance. You, each of you, have let slip by sufficient time to have made yourself wealthy. Yet you admit you have nothing to show except your good family, of which you can be justly proud. As for study, did not our wise teachers teach us that learning was of two kinds, the one kind being the things we learn and knew, and the other being the training that taught us how to find out what we did not know. Therefore did I decided to find out how one might accumulate wealth, and when I had found out, to make this my task and do it well. For is it not wise that we should enjoy while we dwell in the brightness of the sunshine? For sorrow and night should desert upon us when we depart from the darkness of the world of spirit. I found employment as a scribe in the hall of record, and long hours each day I labored upon the greater bread. Week after week and month after month I labored, yet for my earning I had not to show. Food and clothing and penance of the God, and other things of which I could remember not what, observed all my earning. But my determination did not leave me. And one day Agamish, the moneylender, came to the house of the city master and ordered a copy of the 9th room. And he said to me, I must have this in 2 days, and if the task is done by that time, 2 copper will I give to thee. So I labored hard, but the row was long, and when Agamish returned, the task was unfinished. He was angry, and had I been his slave, he would have beaten me. But knowing the city master would not permit him to injure me, I was unafraid. So I said to him, Agamish, you are a very rich man. Tell me how I may also become rich, and all night I will carve upon the clay, and when